on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
Feel the fantasy?
Is there no end to your power and beauty?
What's up, everybody? Hi, guys. I want to suck your dick. Blood. This is Brandon.
And Josh.
Welcome to Booze Reviews.
Booze Reviews. Let's get boozing.
Bitch. Let's get boozy. Today we having a rum and juice.
Oh, this is a nice...
We going to the island.
This is a nice reception.
Yeah,
drink
bitch. Somebody's
for our...
married, which also means somebody's dead, because you know to be dead, to be married is pretty much to be dead. So,
say goodbye. The death of a sex life, a death of a social life, a death of... What else?
Death of a salesman? I don't know.
What else have... What have I killed in you?
We won't even go there, because we'll be going for... I thought we had a time limit today.
Okay, we do. We're going to try to keep them shorter for you guys. We've heard your feedback. You like us doing our thing, but you just kind of wish...
They like us. They really like us.
They do, but they kind of wish the episodes were a little bit more concise. We get on tangents.
Bitch, let's get in it then.
Okay,
This is RuPaul's Drag Race. We coming back from sending a bitch home.
Britta.
I didn't say that. I said sending a bitch home.
Shade. Yeah, so there's a right kerfluffle about Miss Britta's elimination because Jan thought she was going to win last week's challenge and apparently is Britta's BFF.
I'm so sad. I know how badly Britta wanted this, and she's one of my best friends, and it sucks to see her go.
They never showed any of that before this episode.
I like how Jan is legitimately sad, or at least pretends to be sad, and Heidi is like, sad.
Oh, Heidi was like, bye, bitch.
Yeah.
Bye, mirror. Girl, that's your friend.
Hey, she sang. She lip-synced, didn't want it.
But this was like, ooh, let's telegraph the hell out of this episode.
Yeah.
Because Jan's going on and on and on and on about Britta being sad. And she's like, I want to win, but I want to win. I was like, ooh, so...
No, that's a defense mechanism to not make you look like a bitch. Because then all of a sudden you're like, I'm throwing a temper tantrum, and I'm sore that I didn't win this challenge, which, hell, all of America is, let's be honest. I'm still sore.
She should have won.
But here's the thing. She's saying, like, blah, 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 blah. Britta's going home to make it look like she has heart, and she's not being a whiny temper tantrum bitch.
I think that's what ends up to cost her. I think the whole thing cost her in the end. So, but let's go for it.
Yeah.
It's another day in the workroom, and RuPaul comes in.
Rue in red. This bitch loves red
think?
and loves floral. And she loves these giant floral patterns. I'm dying for the red top hat. That's hot.
Well, it was like a dented double billowed bowler.
I'd beat a bitch up and take that.
Oh my god, I loved this. She is shopping at the Blanche Devereaux collection.
I'm glad she called out her designers too for once.
We clocked that, I think, in like episode 2. We're like, when the suits are ugly, she doesn't mention them, but when they're cute.
Klein, Epstein, and Parker suit. That's all I wear.
Right. I'll give it a heel.
Yeah, heel for this. I thought it was about time we had the reading challenge, mini challenge, which we always look forward to.
They got rid of it. I'm pretty sure they got rid of it because I don't remember it last season either.
Oh, they did it.
Well, they did it a different way this year.
Yeah, that's right. Because wasn't it with the slaps?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they are. I guess they are changing it up. This was the worst way to do it. No, this was not cute.
They're trying to appease to the millennials and not hurting anybody's feelings. So.
Yeah, so let's talk about this because this was a moment. First, Ruse tells us in the mini challenge, you're going to have to read each other via these Fab Fit Fun curated box kit, product placement, Wink, wink.
No shit. I wonder if they got $500 for every time they said FabFitFun.
Oh,
they
God.
was sure working that bullshit in there.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Get that money, and Rue was about that money.
Right? I want to see how much money they put, because they sure did. It was stupid.
So they had, hold on. They had to, Rue pairs them up. They're like, you're going to get in pairs, which ultimately meant nothing.
Yeah.
And then...
Now, it did mean something, because the bitch that got paired with Gigi was going to win it.
Okay. Spoiler, Jackie.
I finally won a mini challenge. Look, it's not the challenge win, but I'll take that $1,000 gift card.
But they had to get in pairs, get a Fit Fab Fun box, look through it, and come up with like a little playful quick drag look to read the girls.
Yeah.
And you're gonna read your. And so I was like, oh, that could be cool, like tag team reading, like we read. Did you see what she had on? Look at that rusty bitch.
Yeah, it was okay. It was kind of cool, because they had... I don't know.
No, but then they made the mistake of taking the two pairs and then pairing against another pair.
Yeah.
So then
Instead of head to head.
Yeah, so you didn't get a chance. What if what if I was Gigi's partner and they were against Heidi and Jan, right? Or whatever, who cares who is really against who? But what if my best joke was against Sherry but I'm paired up with these two, so I can only read these two bitches?
That's what happened.
That's why it's not funny, because they didn't have a chance to get all their girls together.
Oh, you think everybody should read everybody?
Well, that's what they do, and of course, they air the funniest one.
Right, if you did have a joke against Sherry and she wasn't at the table, then too bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, girl. So whatever, that was the mini challenge, and Gigi and Jackie won somehow, even though nothing was funny.
They were alright. They were funny. And you know Gigi's the fan favorite, so she was going to win. So the bitch had a little cash symbol in her eye when they're like, oh, you partnered me with Gigi? Good, I'm going to win this without trying.
Right, took it. But they don't get anything for winning. It's just cool.
They get $1,000 apparently.
Well, okay, yes, true, whatever. But like back in the old days of Drag Race, you used to like get an extra 10 minutes on set. Or you used to get like extra 10 minutes with the coach for that week to help make yours the best. They don't do shit like that anymore. It's like whatever.
Gotta make it even playing field. But they jump into this week's Maxi Challenge, which they don't call it Maxi Challenge anymore either. Maybe too much about a Maxi pad. And this week they're calling it Droop.
Droop. A little play on Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop line. I don't get into any of that. I am not familiar with this. Apparently, these celebrities have been doing side hustles.
Oh, girl.
Perfume,
makeup.
Yes, like Jessica Alba. She can't act her way out of a paper bag, but that girl is a billionaire off of that Honest line.
Right?
So...
Poor Jessica Alba. She's hot.
She knows it.
She knows it.
That's why she did what she did.
She's like,
smart girl.
Yeah, she's like, looks fade, but fucking perfume lasts forever, bitch.
Monty.
They all get a concept, and they have to product place their name and whatever funny concept they have. They make an infomercial / commercial with it.
This was very like that This was exactly the Shark Challenge from All Stars 2. Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Where, like...
They always do a challenge like this, so it seems like...
What, there was like the season 5 had the famous...
Dangerous, flawless, overpriced. Whether you're getting Red the house down, your makeup is terrible, or just ready to go down, the exciting new fragrance, Red for filth. Are you red? E for me?
So they do a challenge like this.
And if they don't do it, then they do like a Miss America or I'm running for first female for president or whatever.
Oh,
that's the same challenge.
That's next week. Stay tuned. Every 4 years we get that political challenge.
Right?
But this challenge, yeah. So we see the rehearsal. Oh, wait. We didn't even say special guest Bob Harper's in the room.
Hey, Bob.
He's the Shark Tank guy of this set, because they always got to bring a shark business person in.
I guess so. And you know, Bob was supposed to be a judge on the main stage, but apparently he got a fine grinder hookup and couldn't pass it up, so he had to call RuPaul and say, emergency, I can't come, and they sure chopped his ass right off that.
tilted the camera. We just put a hard cut on Michelle's right side.
And you know he was supposed to show up and he didn't because they always have 5. If he wouldn't have like stood him up last minute, they would have called Carson or somebody and had a
yeah. Oh yeah. They would have put Ross and Carson on, yeah. But Bob is here. He's talking to the girls. We go around and we see, Rue's talk. What's your product? Well, Rue is messy this week. Yeah. So you were in the bottom. You know you were in the bottom.
Ruby,
you haven't won since episode 1.
She's keeping score for all the bitches. Right? That is funny.
Somebody told me you were upset you didn't win last week. I'm just saying, girl.
I knew when she walked around, I knew Jackie was going to kill it because I loved her I Dream of Jeannie concept.
Loved this.
And what's it called? Merkins.
That sent Sugar Cane, almost sent Sugar Cane home.
Nobody like a big bush, I'm telling you. That was brave to do. I liked Crystal's androgynous, like, science table and look.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get to see Crystal in the workroom. We only saw Crystal in the rehearsal because Crystal was getting a candy hoe.
Oh, yeah. They cutting a bitch out. And I always forget, I understand cutting Sherry Pie out. I'm just saying, too bad Crystal wasn't the one catfishing because they've already cut her out without even planning it.
Right. So,
So, any standouts that were really good that you thought?
Well, just judging by the rehearsal, because the edit, they really edit this to set bitches up.
Yeah.
But I thought the rehearsals, I don't know. I thought everyone did all right. I didn't see anyone that I felt like was going to wow me in the final edit. Like, when they did this in All-Stars 2, Alaska was like, okay, I go here, I gotta go there. That's what Jan was kind of doing.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe Jan's gonna turn it out because Alaska. I don't know. I didn't know what to feel after these rehearsals.
Yeah, I think they probably thought their guest judge Bob was gonna be a home run hitter. And he was just like, all right, let's not do that. Okay, let's do too much energy. Not enough energy.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, you giving me not enough energy. Go home. Bye. Thank you.
Bob was weird because Bob was when it was funny, Bob was he was playing with the girls and he had like fun things to say.
Yeah.
But when it wasn't working, Bob didn't really give good direction. I didn't think. It was very vague-ish.
I wasn't sure how Heidi was going to do when he walked around in the workroom, but then when she got on set to film it, it's like so funny. Every time Heidi's on the camera and getting screen time, I'm like smiling ear to ear and just laughing, and I think most people are.
He told the best thing, Heidi really shined this week because when Rue came around and was like, hey, girl, maybe you should this, Heidi was like, I'm going to give you 23% of the company, but I'm going to do it. Smart. And then when she was on set with Bob, Bob was like...
Bob said, in between takes is funny. Just be you.
Just do that.
Yeah, I think these bitches write stuff, and then they... Oh, I forgot what I wrote. Widow. Okay, fucking improv. Move with it. We don't want to hear you say you forgot your line 15 times because that means you're not even acting. You're not showing what... You're not being funny. You're just trying to memorize lines.
Well,
your lines weren't funny to begin with, so forget about them.
That was that's the theme of the episode because both her and Jan got talked to about. Jan's like, I have not won and I should have won. Widow got told she hadn't won since episode 1. So that all played in their mind of like, I have to win. And I said this several times. I was like, no, don't worry about winning. Worry about doing the best you can do. Right. And they were so focused on getting it right to win.
Worry about skating in the middle till the end and then come and Tanya Harding a bitch.
Okay, Jada. Okay, because I see you, Jada.
Jada got that crowbar in her suitcase just ready.
Jada has
she said,
never
Gigi,
slipped.
say one thing, bitch.
Jada has never slipped, but Jada has just been... Wait right here. Get ready.
Yes. RuPaul comes down the runway. This look.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my
dun,
God.
Dun, dun.
And she got that wig on again.
That's not the same wig.
Girl, it looks like it. Croc. I'm sorry. Go.
Last week was a white wig. Because, like I said, they altered that black to make it blue and make it the red, white, blue promo.
Apparently,
so it was a white wig.
She got the same person spraying and crimping that shit to make it as big and wide and tall as possible.
She shouldn't have fired Delta.
That's right. Right.
If that's how you feel, she shouldn't. I liked it, so I'm gonna give it a heel. But this is her Dolly Parton wig. This is full blown out.
Yeah.
The dress. Oh, I loved this
the
dress.
gold petals.
Gold petal applique, just and in the way it like framed her, it really cinched her in.
And it was
more.
navy blue dress. Did you notice that? Bitches don't wear navy very often.
Was it navy blue? I just assumed it was black.
I think it was blue, but I didn't like it. Croc. Bye, bitch. We have special guest judge this week. Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. Shoo, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan.
Now going from Rue's wig to Shaka Khan's wig.
Shaka Khan's hair is always everything. She is every woman.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I do love a good Shaka Khan.
And Shaka Khan was on what I'm on. Okay. Shaka Khan was on
horse tranquilizers.
Everything. Horse tranquilizers, regret, and fabulosity.
Oh, girl, she been cooking with Walter White.
Yeah.
All right.
So Rue tells us
the category is Black Wedding. Why it gotta be wedding?
Yes, the category of Black Wedding. I'll go first this week. I am giving you a tribute to like Motley Crue, a little Slash, those rocker boys, how they would have gotten married.
Alice Cooper, maybe? Even?
Yes.
Would you bite the head off a chicken? You tried to bite the head off my chicken one day. You got smacked. I love your look, Brandon. I didn't tell you this before, but I think this is one of your best looks that I've seen in a while. I'm going to give this the highest heel.
Highest heel.
Highest heel of Brandon's season 12 looks.
Of me.
Yeah,
of
bitch.
me.
Yes.
Highest heel of me.
Of you.
That's
just comparison of your looks.
Fur opera length gloves, girl.
I mean, you always turn it out. You always turn it
okay,
out.
what about your
I ain't taking away from you. I'm just giving you a compliment for once.
What about your look?
This is the ghost of Mozart coming to haunt you at your daughter's wedding.
Leopold Mozart.
I got my good Leopold wig on.
Okay.
I got my Wolfie wig in the closet. I got my Bach wig in there, bitch. Classical music. What? So I feel like I would show up at someone's door going, "Where is my requiem?"
Oh, girl. First on the runway, we have Jackie Cox. And Jackie, for me, was giving me 1940s Italian Brooklyn immigrant wedding. Mm-hmm. Something I would have seen in Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I loved this. So I'm going to give it a heel.
I didn't get all that. I thought it was kind of basic for her and for the runway. I gave it a crock this week.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry. Next down the runway, we had Just Jan.
Just Jan. Jan was giving...
Jan had these beautiful spiky feathers, which I thought was very kind of interesting. It looked like funeral, like glamazon, like Hollywood funeral.
Yeah, I think... Oh, I was trying to think of what it is. Snow White and the Huntsman. Yeah, she was giving me very Ravenna.
Yes, I give that a heel.
Heel, Jan. Jan looked great.
Next down the runway, we had Jada, the essence of Halls.
Oh, the essence of Halls. Halls throat lozenges.
I was thinking more of like a Dirty Jim Hall, but
yes. Yeah. But what? Okay, cool. Jada's Luke. Heel, girl. What can I say?
Yeah, she had these drooping diamond earrings, and I loved her swoop hair this week. Definite heel.
I will say this, before we move on, I will say that Jada, I think, is the only one who, she said this before, and I think she stuck to it. Jada's the only one giving female impersonator. Yeah. That mindset of drag.
Yeah.
Because it is a very beautiful woman.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gorgeous. So let's move on down the runway. Gigi Good, LA's finest.
Yes, Gigi Good was very femme fatale, giving me... Oh, Lauren Bacall in everything Lauren Bacall did.
I don't study fashion, so I don't know if this kind of thing is like a new trend or whatever.
Yeah.
But I love the cinch waist and the very feminine form she had.
Trend.
And
girl.
tool that went like...
Oh, no, that's a bit... I will let you know about the fashion here, darling.
Yeah.
That is Dior 50s silhouette. That is very Peggy Sue Got Married. Very Breakfast. Well, Breakfast at Tiffany's was 60s, but still in that Chanel. That's a Chanel.
Bitch, that's a tutu. That came straight from Paris Ballet. Thank you very much.
Heel.
Heel. Next down the runway was Sherry Pie.
Sherry Pie. Oh my gosh. Sherry Pie. I knew this reference instantly, and she did say something about walking around her mansion. Sherry Pie was giving me Helen Mirren in Winchester, the horror movie that none of y'all went to go see because it flipped and flopped.
Poor Helen, Dame Helen, and such a flopper.
That's all right,
I love, first of all, I love period look. Hello. I'm giving a little Cherry Pie tribute to Mozart today.
She was kicking it with you.
Yes, I'm father of the bride. Going, do not fornicate with my daughter. But I think this is my highest deal of the week.
Oh, highest deal, Sherry. Heel.
Next on the runway, Heidi in the closet.
Heidi in the closet. I mean, what to say? Heidi looked good, and she knew she looked good.
Yeah, Heidi had, I don't know how she did the shoulder piece, the wraparound. It was very solid piece, but it was interesting and different, and that's what I liked about it. So definite heel, Heidi.
Yes.
Keep them coming.
Yes. After Heidi was the Widow Fondue.
Ooh, bitch, gonna get you like a spider.
Yes.
Widow, I liked her look, actually. When she revealed her face, I loved her makeup and her black contacts.
Yes.
And then as it got closer, it was like chainmail, looking like veil.
Yes, that I thought she was giving like Isabella Rossellini and Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
That gypsy, like fortune teller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved this. Heel Widow.
Yeah, definite heel for me this week.
You gave Widow a heel.
Can you believe it? Call Guinness, mark it down.
Mark it down.
But she got a big ass crock for that video.
Hush.
And last down the runway, we had Crystal Method.
Crystal Method, highest heel.
Oh.
Yes, I like Shaka Khan, am a horror fanatic. I'm a dark macabre fanatic. She was giving me Corpse Bride. She was giving me Abhora from season 2 of Dragula. She gave me a Black Wedding, darling.
She sure did. And hashtag, by the way, check out them Booze Reviews Dragula episodes.
Ooh, yes.
Right there. If you subscribe to this channel, you'll see them pop up. Heel.
All right, so everyone is on stage. No one's just sent back safe, and we need to watch these infomercials. So we will assume that you have seen them. So we're just going to talk about our highlights here. Who was your standout?
Oh, my favorite was Jackie. I loved her look, I loved her concept, and I loved her pow. And nobody else was getting it, but I appreciate a bitch that has a vision in her head, and she knows what she wants to do, and she's like, you guys are gonna do this bullshit.
Yeah, what's going on? In the rehearsal, Bob, as old as he was, wasn't getting it.
Right.
And then Bryce, she was like, come on, Bryce.
Right.
Come on, Bryce.
But
Come
she
do
did
it.
that sort of 60 cinematography twice, so I give her lots of creativity on that. That's beautiful. Good.
Yeah, for me, the standout was Crystal Method. She came out as this Prince Eldebarge hybrid and everything 80s. And she even had a second character that was like this deep voice 80s girl. And I loved it. The judge, Ross called it out too. My favorite part was when she was hammering the wigs going, what's happening? And they cut to Bryce. It was like, we're not scientists. Cut to Bryce. Because if you know, Bryce is a rocket scientist. Ha ha. Okay, editors. Yes.
Who knows that other than you?
No, they did that because they know we as the fan, hardcore fans know that. Hardcore. I edit this show, so I have to know things like that. You just get up in the gig.
I like how people are called rocket scientists now. They're like, bitch, you don't got a job. You have to pay rent by showing up in your underwear on RuPaul, but we can call you rocket scientist because
I'm ready. So ready.
And also, I think we can both agree that Heidi's was really funny and really good.
She slayed it. She did what she needed to do.
Heidi, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's challenge.
On the bottom end, this was really hard because just objectively, the only two where I did not laugh at all were actually Gigi and Widow's.
Yeah.
Widow made sense.
Widow was so bad I left the room and said, call me when Widow's off of the camera because I'm so disgusted at what I'm seeing today. He's a hateful bitch, right? Gigi was okay. The thing that I hated about Gigi is I'm like, the first thing the bitch says is like, I'm better than everybody here. So I'm like,
that's what Sherry did. She said, I have more money than you.
Yeah, but that's a character. That's funny. She doesn't have more money. But if you're winning every episode and then you have to say, it'll only cost you all the money to win 3 challenges and too many challenges.
Do you know what it was? She added up how much that is actually how much she had wanted to. That's what made me not, that actually, I appreciated the detail, because you know a bitch loves the detail.
No, she lost me.
But she lost me because I was like, ooh, girl, that's not cute.
That's petty, shady, and immature. And all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm not so much a Gigi fan today.
Ooh.
So, whatever. It was an interesting season. Let's get into our tops and bottoms.
It was an interesting, the whole season.
The whole season.
Fuck the whole season. Crown Gigi, it was an interesting season. We're done.
That's what I said. That was a subliminal slip right there. Freudian slip. Okay, Gigi won this shit. Bye.
Okay. I guess it's time for Brandon and Josh's tops and bottoms.
Oh, girl, it's always a good time for a good top or a sloppy bottom.
So let's start in the bottom, because this whole thing was hard to do. I had in the bottom, I had Widow, I had Gigi, because she actually got a bad critique on her infomercial, and I went back and forth between Sherry and Jan, because they both also got bad critiques, but they were kind of bad critiques.
See, that's why I don't like having the critiques before you judge, because I know. Then it influences how you think. I strictly went away from the judges' critiques and was like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I put Widow, obviously. I put Jan because I thought Jan's taping was bad. And
I didn't think her final product was bad, though.
I did. I thought it was... I did agree with that point that, like, when you're at 100%, there's no variety. And it just seems like... And she did so much. Like, I thought Crystal was going to have, like, because all the different shots she was trying to take. But Jan's was so busy. It was like, what the hell are we looking at? I was confused more than anything.
Okay.
And then I put Jada on the bottom. I couldn't find a third. I should have put Gigi in.
Because she was tapping that mic. Fuck her.
Yeah.
You're in the bottom. Tapping a mic in rehearsal.
Let's talk about a good, strong top.
Okay. Oof. You know that's not me. That's not me. On the top, I had Heidi, Jackie, and Crystal. I mean, I think that was just
Heidi's
right
our winner
there.
this week. Heidi definitely.
Do you know I actually had Crystal winning? No. I had Jackie winning.
No. I had Elder Barge winning. Oh, sorry. You do love some Jackie. Jackie was a good, solid safe this week. Heidi, obviously. Crystal was definitely strong. And I put Sherry on the top. I did not think, when I saw her video, I was laughing the whole time. And someone was like, one of the stupid judges was like, oh, you didn't even say a joke until almost the end of it.
Halfway through. Yeah, that was a bit...
I'm like, bitch, as soon as she started talking, I was laughing.
But that's also the critique they gave to Gigi. They're like, there wasn't really a joke. Or like you didn't order your jokes right.
But the challenge is not do a stand-up comedy routine. The challenge is create this product and put your name in it and associate it and make us laugh. And it's like sometimes you got to explain the product before you start whatever.
Yeah, this show's nonsense, but we love nonsense because we get to play dress up and do this. So Rue asks the question, ladies, which one of you should go home tonight and why?
Widow.
I love you, girl, so much, and she's one of my best friends. Widow.
This is what it is. And then
Widow. Well, Jan's was the only one that I thought was as bad as mine. And I was like, Widow, you just made sure you stayed. Okay?
That was a good answer.
Because you acknowledge that yours is bad and you are accepting responsibility.
Yeah. But you didn't put your ass on the chopping block. I hate when girls are like, well, fine, I'm in my head. Everybody said me, so I'm going to say me too. That means you got no fight. See you later.
That's what Scarlet Envy. That's what happened to Nikki Doll.
Don't do it.
Widow knew not to do it.
Yep.
And but I also love Crystal. I always forget that Crystal is actually from Kansas City. So she was like, I've known this girl since I started drag. I didn't see Widow in that video.
That was a great
response because that lets Widow know, clear it out, girl. So we have in the bottom two
queens stand before me. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourself from elimination. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life.
We have it.
Widow and the Jantasy.
And I actually thought this was going to be a double Shantae You Stay week.
It should.
They both really, obviously Widow was like Chaka Khan. She grew up with that shit. She lived on that music and she knew every nuance.
Oh,
and
she
it
was giving it.
It was a pleasure to watch. I wish Widow was on the bottom more so I could see her lip sync because as much hate
you
as
put her on the bottom every week, so she was on the bottom as much as you put her on the bottom.
As much hate as I given her, that bitch turned it out. I had a newfound respect for her at the end of the episode.
Okay.
And Jan was working her ass off too.
Jan
it's not
was
really fair to
fighting.
put like a 20-something-year-old white girl from presumably the Midwest or upstate New York.
Yeah.
To do a Chaka Khan, black legend.
Yeah.
But clearly she didn't grow up with that music. Like,
but I wouldn't even say like I didn't even like we know what inherently what Josh is meaning here. What inherently comes with that. Dusty Ray and Nicki Minaj.
Right.
Okay. But I didn't feel like that came into play because I thought Jan just was fighting. I think the only thing, if I could critique this and say why it goes the way it does, I think that Widow, just because she knew Chaka Khan's music more, embodied what Chaka does, and Jan was a little too frantic.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. But Jan was fighting.
Well, and that's where the song will get you every time. So, I sort of disagreed. I kind of wanted to see the double Shantae. I had my fingers crossed at the end that it would be Shantae, you stay too.
Yeah.
But no, it didn't work out for Jan this week, so
Jan, perfect Jan was eliminated without winning a single challenge. I think this is a moment where they're like all-stars.
Yeah.
They're thinking about all-stars.
For sure.
So, Jan, sweet person, has been out there advocating for trans and non-gender identity. Yep. People being on the show. Jan has taken all of this in stride. Please go out there and send some love to Jan because, you know, we rarely do this on this show, but I feel she deserves it.
Yeah.
Like, she deserves love.
Love Jan.
Love
some Jan. All right, so this was another week of Booze Reviews. Hope you guys got boozed with us.
Booze Reviews.
Booze Reviews. Bye, bitches.